Hello, it's me, Rach Face, back again for My Life, My Way, My Face Buried in a Book. And I am back for another book review. And oh my goodness, so I've read a lot of advanced reader copies over the last few weeks. And I have a lot more to read, and I'm loving it. The only thing I am realizing with advanced reader copies is that they normally end on cliffhangers. And then you've got to wait for a second book. And when the first book's not even released yet, waiting for the second book is like, oh my goodness me. But, again, I went for a different sort of genre, trope, whatever you want to call it. And I couldn't be happier, really. Like, this is going back to, like, old school Rach Face, like, loves mixing two things that I absolutely adore, like romance, spice, and vampires. Yay! What did I read? Now you're asking yourself. So I read The Thirst. So it's the book one of the Out for Blood series by Remi Cavlich. Now, what's deceiving is this cover is not the cover that's actually on the Amazon store. But I really like this cover as well. So that's really cool. So not only is this a vampire, spicy romance, it's also like the ideal age gap romance, because what, vampires like hundreds of thousands of years old sometimes, and the girl's like, what, in her 20s? Like, you can't get any more of an age gap than that, really, can you? Like, what? Who's gonna beat that for an age gap romance? No one! But no, I really liked it. So it's based around Lucien. He is this age-old vampire, like an elite, I think is what they call it. He's an elite vampire. And I guess you'd say his best friend, but I'm guessing it's kind of like he was his servant before he was turned Jasper. So it's how they interact with each other. So their relationship on its own is very interesting, because that is very much like a friendship, boss-employee sort of relationship. So they are the vampires. And then you throw Miss Izzy into the mix, who works at a museum and helped to get so vampires are known in this universe. It's not like they're a hidden secret. They are a known thing that they exist. And there's a museum based around vampires, which is where Izzy works, and she curated a lot of the stuff. Now, Lucien sees Izzy in a picture, flies halfway across the world to meet the girl that is in the picture. Hello? Somebody says your picture in an article or on a website or something, and they fly halfway across the world to come and look for you? Yes, please. Kind of creepy, kind of stalkerish. It gets more stalkerish when you realise that he then flies her to Italy, where she knows no one. And she doesn't even really know him. Like, yes, he's helped her out of a sticky situation with her boss, but it's like, oh, okay, there's not a lot more of details that she kind of gets before she's in his house. But it's really interesting to watch how she knows that she's drawn to him and he's drawn to her, but he tries so hard to keep her safe and not to overstep any boundaries and not to push her further than she wants to go. So it's really interesting to see that it's the female character that is pushing the romance and the spice along. Like, she's driving him absolutely bonkers until the part where he's got no self-control left anymore. It's also really interesting to see it written as a vampire who's got such self-control. Because, like, you think of vampires, you think of bloodlusty, hungry, will bite anything at the chance they get. And this wasn't like that. He had a lot of self-restraint, as did Jasper, which was quite interesting. And then he comes along and you get introduced to this character of Florentine about 3/4 of the way through the book. Safe to say I don't like that character. I don't like that character. I get she had to come along because she needed some little bit of drama and intrigue, but like, I didn't like her. I still don't like her. I don't think I will ever like her. I'm quite content with how her story ends, really. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person. But again, it left me on a cliffhanger where I'm there sitting at the end of my Kindle going, turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. And there's no turn the page. Like, could somebody have warned me that reading ARC copies of books means that you get left on more cliffhangers than if you're reading a normal book? Because let's be honest, when you're reading a normal book, if it's in a series, you know it's in a series, so you don't usually read it until there's at least 2 or 3 that are out, so that you've got quite a few to read. Reading this way, whilst it's become my favourite thing to do, because I love finding new authors and things, the cliffhangers, not a big fan. Not a big fan of cliffhangers. So, no. But if you are looking for paranormal, spicy, romance with an age gap trope, also little bits of aspects of, I think you would find, not enemies to lovers, but misunderstandings and just intrigue, a cliffhanger. Fair warning, there is a cliffhanger at the end of the book. And damn, is it a good one. Takes cliffhanger to a whole new meaning. But it's also going to be interesting because there is a book 2 in the works, which I think picks up pretty much right where this one ends. Thank the Lord for that. But no, I very much enjoyed it. I highly recommend giving it a read. The Thirst by Remi Cavlich. Absolutely amazing writing. Amazing world. I've never wanted to go to Italy, but I do now. Sicily? I want to go to wherever this book is based. I want to meet myself a vampire. I want to live in this world and just figure out how I make it a reality. But yeah, give it a read if you're looking for something a little bit different, a little bit of a twist on the romance, spicy genre. But yeah, absolutely highly recommend. All right, and I will see you next time. Bye.